Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Brad and the Brap crew for sending me new controller. Okay, now I wanted to show you why the other one had failed. If you notice, there are spaces here, 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 and here, and one over in the corner. Now what had happened is this spacer was in on my controller, no spacer, no spacer, no spacer, and no spacer. Now what happened is that allowed, zoom out more, this part to actually pivot down a bit, and there is basically no clearance between here and the outer casing. So this part had rubbed. Now you got this transistor here. It had rubbed through the side and shorted this little resistor here, and it was able to short, rubbing the circuit very thin till this all burnt out. And on the other side of this, there is two capacitors, and I wasn't sure of the values because they were burnt out. So I did attempt to replace them. Well, I did replace them actually, but obviously not the right values. I could actually draw the values now of those other capacitors and of the new ones and replace them with the correct ones. But the problem is, we just turn these boards around so we've got the same orientation. You'll see along here where this one had rubbed and shorted, I've actually sealed this with it's a green UV compound after I repaired the damage to its circuit traces. I do this every day, many times a day on other circuit boards. So I'd repaired the damage and seal it. So this circuit is actually okay. But then, and all these sealants around here, this is liquid tape. This is just in case you get water ingress. We seal along the bottom of the plug, and it doesn't affect anything. It's non-conductive along the bottom of the wiring where it's soldered in. That way no corrosion can head up the wire. So that's just a waterproofing thing. And there's also a good amount of clear compound on this, so this unit probably work underwater anyway. But if we go to the other side, where I've done that repair, you can't really see it on this. You can see the green tape. Up in the corner, up here, you can barely see two capacitors have been replaced. And I cannot get the values of those yet. So the rub through is just here. So unfortunately everything runs very, very close to the edge, and once it rubbed through, that's not corrosion at green up here. This is a spot of the red compound and a spot of the green UV. But I mean, the board was perfect. That's the real bummer of this. Yeah, I obviously put a lot of clear coat on, because if that was done, if these boards were sealed just with a spray urethane clear electronic circuit one, so it's non-conductive, they'd probably last forever if they had things in. But I did this after the repair, but it was too late for this board. I would suspect in here this little IC has a burn mark on it, and this runs back to torque sensor control, and I think that is, and also this one's not looking too flash. This is the main control, but if I hold the power button in while plugging in this controller, well, the controller's plugged in, set up. If I hold the power button in while plugging in the power or plugging in the battery in, the bike will come on. And sometimes it will activate and get pedal sense for a while, then it'll drop out, then it'll, yeah, but they're on the pedal sense circuit, so I would think that, yeah, if I had a schematic, we could actually repair this unit.